Hello.
Hey guys, how are you?
We are good.
Okay, so
How are you?
very well, very well.
That's good.
On
Are you in an interview?
uh, actually, we're gonna do the Zoom recording video. So, in order to improve the quality of the recorded version, so our Zoom class is recorded Hindi. So, if you're gonna later watch the video, you get the better quality.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so समझ लो हम famous होने वाले हैं.
Yeah, I understood that. Yeah.
चलिए तो क्लास की शुरुआत करते हैं. Let's start the class. Come to the sitting posture. Keeping your back straight, neck straight. Relax your body. And close your feet. Cross your feet. Come into Sukhasana. Keep your palm on the knee and gently close your eyes. And very slowly go into your posture, your asana. How's your back, your neck, your shoulder? Just observe the alignment and be in the posture. Few seconds remain into the posture. Connect with yourself to your asana. Now very slowly move your attention towards the natural breath, the natural pure breath, which going in and coming out. Just observe. Now take a deep, prolonged, slow inhalation, deep, prolonged, slow exhalation. Inhale from your belly. When you inhale, belly pop out. When you exhale, belly squeeze in. Now prepare yourself for the 3-time chanting along with Shanti. So inhale for the Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feel the vibration and sensation. Join your both palms. Wrap your palms. Place on your eyes. Very slowly while blinking, looking at your palm, gently open up your eyes with a great smile and say Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So, welcome to the Ayurveda class. So, in previous session, we talked about the health, the definition of the health. Till now we discussed about the Ayurveda, importance of the Ayurveda, history and origin of the Ayurveda. Then also we discussed about the definition of the health according to the Ayurveda context and the WHO, and the purpose of, and we also talked about what we're gonna do with the long and healthy life, right? And the purpose, the four purpose of the human being, we discuss in the detail. Now today we're gonna talk about the three dosha. Now we come to that part. Ayurveda talks about how the diseases are formed. The disease which either is a psychological, physiological, psychosomatic, spiritual disease, disorder, syndromes. Why these problems are coming into the human life. So cause of these things. So Ayurveda explains the Ashtanga Hridaya, Swami Vagbharji beautifully explain about it. When somebody go into the imbalanced state, then the disease is formed. And what are the imbalanced state? Three dosha. Imbalance of the three dosha. So three dosha, all kind of problem, any kind of problem you are having it, either it's modern or the Asian, doesn't matter at all. It's happened because of imbalance of the three dosha. So any of the diseases, either the small or the big one or the aggravate one, problems you are facing in your life, that's happened because of the imbalance of the three dosha. So any sickness you are getting it, it's due to the imbalance of the three dosha. So three dosha, TRI, three, DOSHA, dosha. I'll write it down for you so it gives you the better understanding. So, or maybe you can just see this board if it's possible. Can you look towards this board? This board is visible to you guys. Can you see?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. Words are there. So three dosha, I've written down. Three dosha. So three means three. Number three. Dosha. There's no synonym in the English language, so I'm gonna explain to you. Dosha. So three means three. Dosha. The meaning of the dosha is your personality, your persona, the characteristic, your nature, your qualities, the attributes of human beings and the cosmos. Everything is made of the three dosha, you know. You have certain characteristics, you have certain biological structure, certain physiology, right? You have height, the color, skin color, your eyebrows, thick or thin, your color of your eyes, everything is decided by the three dosha. It is basically the qualities and characteristics. Even the way you think is happened because of the three dosha. So three dosha means your personality, your characteristic, your nature, your attributes, all the qualities, whatever you are possessing it. And even your biological structure, your height, your width, how broad you would be, how small you would be, everything is decided by the three dosha. So function, so three dosha, this is it's also present in the environment. We're gonna come to later on that, but understand, today we're gonna just talk about how it's present in our body and what is the function of these things, okay? So first dosha is the Vat. The pronunciation is Vat. Vat, okay? And the Vata function basically in your body give you all the movements, any movements like blinking of your eyes and blinking. This this blinking of the eyes also happen because of the Tridosha. Vat. Vat give you the movement. Why it give you the movement? Because Vat is made of the Panch Mahabhut. Now, what are the Panch Mahabhut? So again, I'm showing you the board structure. You can see it's written. Can you see visibly? It's clear to you. The Panch Mahabhut, which is written in the downward side. Panch, five. Mahabhut. Maha means gross. Bhut means element. Panch, five. Maha, gross. Bhut, element. Okay. So if I divide into the three parts, five, gross, element, Panch Mahabhut. Okay. The whole cosmos is made of the Panch Mahabhut, five gross elements. What are I've just written down here? Vayu, Apa, Agni, Prithvi, and Akash. Okay. Again, I'm repeating the pronunciation. These are the Sanskrit words. Vayu. Vayu means air. Apa. Apa means water. Then Agni. Agni means fire. Then Prithvi. Prithvi means earth. Akash. Akash means space. Okay. We have certain percentage. Percentage we're going to take later on. But understand, Vayu, air. Apa, the water. Agni, the fire. The Prithvi, the earth, and the space is the composition of all this cosmos. This whole cosmos is made of this Panch Mahabhut, five gross element. And this gross element also making the Tridosha. So Tridosha is made of the Panch Mahabhut. So Vat element is made of the air that we call the Vayu. In Sanskrit we call Vayu, air, and the space, the Akash. Okay, are you getting it? So Vat. So the quality of the air is what? Movement. It's move from one place to the other place. Same this function Vat does in our body. So any movement, it's like blinking of your eyes, hand movement, or even my lips movement, or galloping it like this movement, also happening in your body because of the Vat. Even walking, talking, any motion, whatever you are making, mobility, it's basically happen because of the Vat functioning in your body. So major function of the Vat is give you the mobility. But when it go imbalanced, it means it disturb, it give you immobility. It means when you move, you feel pain. You feel little bit problems in your body. You feel ache or pain like this. So when Vat go imbalance, you feel pain in your joints when you're walking, or when you're sitting, you get the lower back issues, or certain your muscles feeling the cramps. You're just sitting still, you are having the pain in your body. That means Vat go imbalance. You require the Vat in order to move your body. But when it go imbalanced state, then you have the disease, disorder, syndromes. Even mind when moves, lots of thoughts coming in your mind, that is also showing the movement. So that is also happening because of the Vat. So function of the Vat give you the movement in your physical level and psychological level. Okay. And when it's going balanced, the physiological and the psychological gonna disturbed. Clear? Then location of the Vat is below the navel. Below the navel region. Basically, you have 10 types of the Vat in the body, but we are not going to talk about in the detail each types of the Vat, but just understand the major location and the Vat located entire your body, the whole transportation of your body, one place to the other place. is in, because blood is circulating in your body, right? So transportation of the nutrition from one cell to the other cell or another tissue is also happening because of the Vata. So from top to the tip of the toe, everywhere is Vata. But major location of the Vata is below the navel region. Okay, so below the navel region, you have the Vata location. Then function, we talked about it. Then I talked about it. The composition of the Vata is air plus space. So space give you allow emptiness, right? Space means emptiness. So air gonna move into the space. When there is emptiness, then there is a movement gonna happen. No, you required space for movement, isn't it? So this composition of the Vata is air plus space. I hope this much is clear. And later on, we talked about the detail. Vata major characteristic, the major characteristic of the Vata is dryness, movement, light. Okay, so the characteristic of the Vata, write it down. Characteristic of the Vata. So characteristic is dryness, light, and movement. Okay, these are the major characteristics of the Vata. Further, we also gonna talk about other things. These are the important characteristics. Then come to the Pitta. Again, I'm gonna show you the board, so it's visible to you clearly. Pitta. So Pitta is basically made of Agni and the Apa. Little bit Apa. Apa means water. Agni means fire. Okay. So Pitta is made of another Panch Mahabhut, that is the two element which is making the Pitta, the pronunciation of the Pitta, if not Pitta, is Pitta. Pitta made of Agni and the Apa. Location of the Pitta above the navel. Vata below the navel, Pitta above the navel. Okay. Now, what are the functions of the Pitta? So Pitta basically all the absorption of the nutrition or assimilation of the food, your hunger, your appetite, your metabolic rate. These is done by because of the Pitta. So Pitta, the major function in your body to digesting the food, assimilating the food, absorption of the nutrition, and metabolic, and your temperature, maintaining the temperature of your body, also done by the Pitta in your body. If it goes imbalance, it means these function, you're gonna lose appetite, or it's become high or low. It's create the imbalance in your appetite. Your digestion would be affected. You get the problems in skin related problems also. Then you feel the heat in your body more. That is when Pitta go imbalance. We're gonna talk about it in detail later on. Don't worry about it, but just give you a little bit idea about it. And characteristic of the Pitta is active, heat. It means heat, active. Movement also is connected with the Pitta, and light and slightly oily. That is a characteristic of the Pitta. जिसको बोलते हैं गुण. गुण means their characteristic, their attributes. So, and the location above the navel towards the chest. From above the navel towards the chest, you have the location of the Pitta. Below the navel and till your lower extremities, there is a Vata. Above the navel, there is a Pitta. Then now come to the next, that is a Kapha. Kapha, Kapha. The pronunciation is Kapha. Kapha, kapha. Okay, so kapha basically made of the another two elements, that is apa and the prithvi tattva. Prithvi means earth element and apa means water element. So have you seen how you make how you construct the statue? You add to little bit water and then in the mud, and you can construct any statue, any figure out of it. So solid thing you can create when you mix the water with the earth. So our solidity, this solidity which you can touch, you can feel, this is made of kapha. So kapha give you the solidity to your bones, to your muscles, to your body structure, width and height. The structure, the solid form is because of the kapha. And lubrication. Lubrication is given by also the kapha. All doors of your body, your nostril, your ears, your eyes, your mouth, your navel, your reproductive organs, your anal, having secreting some kind of mucus, right? That secretion happened because of the kapha. So this is the major function of the kapha in your body, give you the solidity and providing the lubrication to every muscles. Your body organs have the lubrication, right? So that happened because of the kapha. And location, from throat to the head, from this to the this, you have location of the kapha. Kapha is everywhere, but again, major location from throat to the this. So when kapha go imbalance, it means body starts secreting more mucus. When kapha go imbalance, have you seen when you get the cold, nose are coming, nosy is coming out, right? More nosy is coming out. So it means lots of mucus is coming out. You feel cough, you start coughing it. Lots of mucus coming out through your mouth is because it's showing imbalance of the kapha. So this is the three dosha: Vat, Pit, and Kapha. The composition of the kapha: water and Prithvi, water and the earth element, and the location. I just explained it. So I hope this much you understood. Then next, Panch Mahabhut, I talked about it. Panch Mahabhut play very important role. All this cosmos is made of the Panch Mahabhut, and Tridosha is made of this Panch Mahabhut. Now, percentage of the Panch Mahabhut. As you know, this whole earth have the 72% of the water percentage, right? So same in your body, 72% content of your body is the water. So 72%. Then 12% is the Prithvi Tattva, that is earth. 12%. So 12% is the Prithvi earth element. Then 6% is the Vayu, that we call air element. 6%. Then after air, there is Akash. Akash means the space. 6% is space. And then 4% is Agni, the fire element. So total is 100%. But the major quantity is the water quantity, right? Water is 72, highest one. So 72% is the water. So in coming session, we're going to learn about it, that if you learn through any technique, any technique, I'll teach you the technique also. I'm going to disclose the technique. Don't worry. Secret. But yes, that is a secret one. So I'll disclose the technique to you. If you learn through any technique to control the 72% water element, you have the control over the 72% of your body, isn't it? If you know, if you able to control the 72% water element. So 72% control you will get of your body, and 72% you can prevent the disease, the disorder and syndromes. Coming session, I'll disclose these things to you. But Panch Mahabhut played very, very important role in order to learn the composition, elemental composition of the body. And once this Panch Mahabhut come under your control, how you can control these elements, coming session I'll disclose. If you control these things, you would be, everything is under control then. You would be yogi, simple as it is. So Ayurveda gonna disclose these things to you. So Tri Dosha and Panch Mahabhut. So till here, any doubts, any difficulty? Any questions?
So, Vata, that's actually, what is Vata?
What you say?
Like for Kapha, it's like mucus, isn't it? So, what is Vata? Like, it's like we get like joint pain. So, what is actually Vata?
I told you Vat basically movements. Body
movements.
में जितनी भी whatever movements.
Okay.
What is a Vat?
Okay,
Vat, the function. You can understand through the function of the Vat. Function of the Vat in your body is giving you the movement. It's like blinking of your eyes, small to the big movement.
Okay.
Every movement is happening because of the Vat. Even decomposition after the death is a Vat. Your body decomposed. When you die, after that, your body start decomposing. That's also happening because of the Vat.
Okay.
This is the function of the Vat.
Okay, so that's what, and then comes Pitta, isn't it? Pitta will be water and
metabolic rate, absorption,
fire,
absorption, digestion, assimilation. This is the function of the Pitta. Kapha, lubrication, and give you the solidity, the solid structure to your body. This is the major function of the Kapha.
Okay,
and
so
major location we discussed about it. Yeah.
Okay, so Vata has got like we can do some things by movement. So and
I lost you, Rika.
No, my daughter came with some things, so that's why.
Okay, not issue. What you saying? You're asking something, Rika?
Yeah, so we can regulate like Vata with movement. So and the other one with water element. So next. No, my daughter is coming in between. That's why like I keep stopping. So second one will be like we can drink more water. So in Kapha element, like what I didn't really see any like movement or like drinking water. So is it what? So where is the Kapha coming from?
Where is Kapha is coming from? What do you mean by Kapha? Kapha is there in your body. I just told you. In your body, there is a certain major function. Together, your body is doing something, right? You're secreting daily mucus. You have the solidity of your muscles, your bones. Together, it's not like you can separate these things. Together, when it's in the balanced form, your body is physically fit, healthy, but when it's going in balanced form, your body, having the sickness over, either you are producing more mucus, you're feeling the cold and cough, like COVID situation. In this pandemic, due to the COVID, many people get the lungs infection and the other things. They start having the accumulation, the more mucus, and that mucus is accumulated in your lungs. It collapses the lungs. So it means more mucus you are having and it's not coming out through your body because of the outside bacteria invasion. So that's lead to the fatal disease, right? And maybe you're gonna die with that thing. So if kapha go imbalance, you get the multiple problems, lungs related problems, upper and lower respiratory disease. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about in detail when we talked about the personality and when we talk the therapy class, you get proper understanding. But understand, imbalance of all three dosha, one of the dosha or the all three dosha or the two dosha cause the disease. Imbalance of these things. So there is a state which we call avikrit and vikrit. Tomorrow we're going to talk about it, vikrit and avikrit state. Okay, don't worry about it. Tomorrow I'll explain more in detail how this imbalance happened, and then further we're going to talk about how this three dosha is present in environment and in the day and night and even in your digestion. Okay, we talked about these things. So
Sounds
clear, Rekha?
interesting. Yeah, sounds really interesting. Yeah.
Yes. So so now we're gonna end the session with chanting Om and Shanti Shanti. So keep your back neck straight, align, relax, and cross your leg. Keep your palm upward facing on your knee. Align your back, your neck, chin parallel to the ground, and gently close your eyes. Very gently in the posture. Remain into the posture and take deep, prolonged, slow inhalation, deep, prolonged, slow exhalation for a few seconds in order to connect your mind with the body. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Now inhale for the 3-time Om and Shanti. Take a deep breath. Om. 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 Shanti. 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 Feel the vibration and sensation. Join your both palms. Wrap your palms. Place on your eyes. Very slowly while blinking, looking at your palm. Gently open up your eyes with a big smile. Say Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Bless you guys. So keep practicing, keep motivating yourself. More you do the practice of the yoga, more you're gonna develop yourself. So bless you guys. Mangalam. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you.